Hi friends. If you are watching this video, it means that you are serving in Asbury Kids Ministry. And first and most importantly, we want to say thank you so much for being a part of this amazing team. I want to take the next couple minutes and just talk to you a little bit about our purpose and culture in Asbury Kids Ministry. As a church, Asbury has a vision of being a growing family, awakening to God, and living on mission. And Asbury Kids is a huge part of that. We want to help grow the family of God, but we can't do that without intentionality. So what is our purpose? Well, first of all, what is purpose in general? Purpose is the why behind everything we do. If I had more time, I'd probably show you lots of commercials of the Chick-fil-A cows. Those guys know their purpose. They want everyone to eat more chicken. It's that simple for them. And for kids ministry, it's simple for us too. We want kids to know Jesus. That's why we exist. Everything we do is for the purpose of kids knowing Jesus. Now that word know, that is a huge word. And so let me define that for us just for a moment. In the dictionary, the word know means to form a relationship with by meeting and spending time with someone. So we want kids to form a relationship with Jesus by meeting Jesus and spending time with him. Now, the other thing we really want to create is a great culture, a place where people think, I want to go to Asbury Kids because I know that they have a purpose for my child, but also they're so intentional about creating a culture of greatness. And in our world, great stands for something. The G in great stands for God focused. We want everything we do to really be focusing on the Bible and prayer. And the reason we love that is that it really ties to that definition of know. Through Bible study, we meet and spend time with Jesus. Through prayer, we meet and spend time with Jesus. And we're going to do that in age-appropriate ways for each of our kids. So in the youngest kids, they'll continue to learn from the Bible, and we're going to make sure that every week we are pulling out God's word and showing them where it is. We're also going to continue to learn the Lord's Prayer and pray and talk to God. As they move up through the years, they're going to start getting deeper into God's word by starting to find those scriptures themselves, and eventually in fourth and fifth, even talking about what's going on in life and digging into the scriptures to find out what it says. Prayer, the same thing. We want to move them into a growing pattern with prayer. So we're going to start by teaching them the Lord's Prayer, and then we're going to continue to model prayer and allow them to start praying in front of their peers. And finally, we have prayer stations where we want to expand their horizons in the world of prayer. What are some other ways they can talk to and listen to God? So the G is God focused. The R in great is relational. And we want you to think of two words, me and we. It goes back to that old picture that you see when you're in a flight and the flight attendant gets up and says, in the case of an emergency, please put on your own mask before assisting the child next to you. The me in our me and we is, of course, you. We want you to be spiritually healthy, and we want to help you get there. If you're not able to attend worship, let us help you do that. We also have online worship that you can watch anytime during the week. If you're not in a small group, we want to help connect you to a small group so that you're getting filled up before you go in and give out. And it's kind of this continuum. You're doing that as you're serving. So it's not either or, but it's both and. And then the we in me and we is, of course, when you're in those classes. We want you to think in all of your planning, how are we going to do this as a group? I'm not going to explain the game to the kids and then stand back. I'm going to get into it with them. I'm going to do that craft with them. And so really thinking me and we, relational. The E in great stands for engaging. Engaging is such a huge thing with kids. They need to be engaged from the moment they walk in the doors. And so the way we're going to do that is that we're going to plan for every time we're with the kids, and we also want to create a positive reinforcement environment within our classroom. So for the planning part, we send out curriculum before each Sunday, and we ask that you'll read through that and really think through, what is your plan? What are you going to move from one thing to the next? What if the kids don't engage in a certain activity? How can you move quickly to the next thing? You're going to plan, and we also have some documents that we're going to have available to you to help you plan. And then that positive reinforcement. We all know that today kids desperately need attention. They're looking for it from every direction. And sometimes they do things that quite honestly upset us, but it's just for the sake of getting our attention. Well, we want to notice the great things that they're doing. We want to see them picking up that trash and say, "Oh my goodness, John, thank you so much for picking up that trash." Catching them doing great things. The A in great is attention to detail. We have a huge ministry, and we need your help. As you walk into your space, your classroom, your large group, if something's out of place that you can fix, we ask that you help us put that back into place. But if there's something in that space that you think, gosh, that's not quite right, but I don't know what to do about it, please grab one of the staff members. We can't see all the places every single Sunday, and so if you guys will help us know what's going on, we really want to have attention to detail. And you may ask, how does that help with a great environment, this great culture that we're going for? Well, the reality is that when everything's going perfectly, unfortunately, nobody really notices, right? But when anything's out of place, everybody sees it, and we want to remove distractions so that our kids can know Jesus. We're also going to strive to go above and beyond in decorations this year. We want to engage our kids through eyesight as they walk into worship rooms, having bigger stages so that they can really start to immerse in the theming of the month. And finally, the T in great stands for transformational. And I'm going to be really honest with you guys. This one scares me the most, but it's also the most exciting. All these other things I can kind of pre-plan. But transformation comes from God. It doesn't come from us. We want to walk alongside God as He transforms the lives of these kids. But we also want to be intentional. And so we want to help kids think through moving from this world view, what they're told by the world to think, to really digging in and finding out what a God view looks like. What is God calling us to think and say and do? We're also going to be intentional about how we share the gospel. We want to do that in a way that explains things and allows for questions and allows for kids to explore their own faith without pushing them in any way. And so as the year goes on, you'll see that we're going to be equipping you more and more for those conversations and for that pass off to parents, because we want parents to be intimately involved in the salvation of their child. So all that put together creates a great culture, and that's what we're looking for Asbury Kids. We can't do that without you. And so again, where I started this video is where I want to end. Thank you so much for serving. I hope that you will really grab hold of this culture and with our purpose of helping kids know Jesus. Bye, guys.